Hi, I'm Monty Downs. I'm a ER doctor at Wilcox Hospital on Kauai here in Lihue, and I'm also the president of the Kauai Lifeguard Association. There was finally one day in 1991 where two people came in who had drowned. One came in and an incredibly distraught family. They had pretty much barely left the door of the emergency room when another person came in. I went home that day completely washed out, but also determined to try and figure out, is there something that we can figure out to do?
I remember as a child watching my father, I think save a couple people down at Wailua and one at Kealia. That had a pretty prominent effect on me.
I've been born into a family of watermen. I've always looked up to lifeguards in general.
You're here to make a difference. I think that's generally why most people are lifeguards. It's you want to make that difference in people's lives.
I would say the most rewarding part about being a lifeguard is the feeling that you get when you save somebody or bring them back from possibly being dead.
Educating visitors and locals alike. Maybe perhaps giving them something that could save their life. One piece of information that could help them, save themselves or helps save someone else.
A lot of what we do, it's muscle memory. So all the training you do, whether you're doing it on a ski, so that way you train in conditions continually. We're all a big community, big team, from the fire guys, the medics, the lifeguards, everybody that's got a hand. It's really, it's cool and it all comes together.
The best lifeguard is a dry lifeguard. In other words, a lifeguard who isn't having to go in the water and being preventive and talking to people, sometimes saying, hey, don't go in today, even though we're here.
I've been a guard for about 15 years now with the Kauai Ocean Safety Bureau. And I think so this incident that I had a couple years ago was probably the most impactful for myself and for the individual. He was a young male, 19 years old, and he did a shallow water dive. He ended up having a fracture of his 3, 4, and 5 up in his neck, and so he could have been paralyzed for life as a young male. He is now looking forward toward actually becoming a physical therapist, partially because of what happened to him and the positive outcome.
When I first started ocean safety, like 3-4 months of just on the job, there was a helicopter crash, and we all had to respond. And there's someone lady in the helicopter, and they say, "Oh, someone's down, and someone is down in the helicopter. So let's go, So let's go try to get her." So came up with our rescue craft. The fire department asked me and my partner, like, "Oh, can you guys go? Think you guys can go down and get her?" This was down in like 40 feet of water, 50 feet of water, and then so I put on a snorkel mask. I went down inside. The lady was in. I took her out of her seatbelt, and then I brought her up, and then we proceeded to do CPR.
These kind of incidents we have and stuff like that, they're pretty impactful to the families and to ourselves.
You just do the best you can, and it doesn't always work out the way you want it to, but that's the nature of it, You just go to sleep knowing that you did the best you can. Nobody can, ask for anything else.
What keeps me going and where I draw my strength is from meeting the people that are alive and families that are intact because of the work we do and the work the lifeguards do. One of our programs is rescue tubes on beaches. We have about 210 of them. I've recorded every instance of a rescue tube being used in a critical situation at an unguarded beach. And there's been over 100 incidents in the 8 years we've had the program running where one was activated in a very critical situation. And out of that, I've met personally and shook hands with 10 people who would have been dead without it.
The great thing about KLA too is like they bring awareness to to the public.
Mahalo nui loa to our community for all your support throughout the years. All the equipment, all the fundraising that you've been doing.